In February 2026, a Los Angeles judge officially signed a temporary restraining order against Huda Mustafa. The seventh-season Love Island breakout star is now legally required to stay 100 yards away from Nicole Ala. Nicole happens to be the mother of Huda's boyfriend's 1-year-old son. This sudden legal restriction followed an unhinged 12-hour midnight texting spree. Huda allegedly threatened to jump off buildings before physically invading Nicole's apartment complex at 1:30 a.m. It seems reality TV fame breeds absolute stability. Or maybe it just funds a late-night Uber directly to your boyfriend's ex's house. X and TikTok are completely losing their minds over this latest escalation. But the actual plot twist involves her influencer boyfriend, Louis Russell. He reportedly handed over the private text receipts to get Huda banned from the property. Welcome to the breakdown. Now let's talk about the actual night of February 20th. Court documents paint a wild picture of a 12-hour meltdown. Huda allegedly flooded Nicole's phone with unhinged spam. She swore on her own daughter's life that she would delete herself. Nicole was home alone with her baby son, Luca. Then the clock struck 1:30 a.m. on February 21st. Huda physically arrived at the Los Angeles apartment building. Surveillance cameras caught her forcing her way inside the facility. She threatened to kick the front door down if Nicole ignored her. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed responding to a self-harm call that night, but no official police report was registered on scene. Why did she fly all the way from North Carolina for this confrontation? It borders on absolute obsession. On TikTok, users are calling the situation a complete disaster. One comment summarized it perfectly. They said Huda needs an immediate social media ban. Instead, she chose to double down on Instagram. But wait, it gets significantly messier. Let's look at her accomplice. Or rather, her secret enemy. Anyway, Louis Russell is central to this entire mess. He is a British model from Too Hot to Handle Season 5. He has been dating Huda since July 2025. But sources told TMZ something highly toxic happened after the apartment incident. Louis allegedly packed his bags and stayed with Nicole for an entire week. Yes, he lived with his ex-girlfriend right after his current girlfriend crashed out. It gets even more hypocritical. Louis reportedly encouraged Nicole to file the restraining order. He literally forwarded Huda's private text messages to use as legal evidence. Imagine blowing up your life for a man who feeds your receipts to his ex. He was playing both sides seamlessly. On Reddit, the Love Island community is losing its mind over this betrayal. A popular post called Louis the Ultimate Cloud Chaser. Another user commented that Huda got completely played. But Louis is not staying quiet either. He just filed his own custody documents against Nicole. He claims Nicole is using baby Luca as a financial bargaining chip. He alleges she is threatening to move out of state. It is a toxic cycle with zero winners. Now let's talk about the actual legal status of this mess. A formal court hearing was scheduled for April 3, 2026. Nicole showed up ready to make the restraining order permanent. But Huda and Louis completely skipped the court date. Their legal team requested a sudden continuance instead. So the judge officially extended the temporary order until April 23rd. Huda faces immediate arrest if she violates the 100-yard rule. How did she respond to these massive legal penalties? She posted a gym selfie. Days after the court drama, she was smiling next to Louis on Instagram. He even uploaded a photo calling her his queen. Is this genuine love or mandatory PR damage control? It looks entirely performative. Ex-users are calling the couple completely out of touch. One tweet said they belong in a psychological study. Huda posted a statement claiming the allegations are not true. She said her legal team is handling everything the right way. But public trust is already completely dead. This is not her first high-profile scandal. Her career has been in a freefall for months. But like I said, nobody who watched Love Island Season 7 is surprised. Huda earned the nickname Hurricane Huda on day one. Her relationship with Jeremiah Brown was an absolute disaster. She displayed intense possessiveness almost immediately. She demanded his phone location during a reality dating show. When bombshell Iris entered the villa and participated in a kissing challenge, Huda spiraled. She hurled slurs from across the yard. Then the public voted Jeremiah to couple up with Iris. Huda crashed out and sobbed for hours on national television. Multiple internet psychologists analyzed her behavior online. Studies suggested she is a textbook example of anxious attachment. Distance translates directly to danger in her mind. Her toxic fling with Chris Selly ended identically during the finale. She tried to force physical intimacy, got rejected, and lashed out. She walked away single but heavily followed. She secured massive brand deals with Call of Duty and Oali. Millions of teenagers idolized her chaotic energy, but bad behavior only gets rewarded for so long. The real exposure happened post-show, and it's like she actively tried to lose her entire inheritance. In October 2025, Louis and Huda hosted a joint live stream. An anonymous caller joined and used a racial slur against their co-star Alandria. Instead of showing disgust, Huda and Louis burst out laughing. The video clip instantly went viral on TikTok. The backlash was brutal and immediate. Huda claimed they simply did not hear the slur. She alleged her laughter was just an uncomfortable, nervous reaction, but the internet kept the receipts. Alandria posted a classy response on her Instagram story. She called for accountability and urged fans to donate to the NAACP. She completely outclassed Huda without shedding a single tear. On October 29th, Huda issued a formal apology and promised a personal donation. It was too little, too late. On October 31st, the iconic global brand Huda Beauty dropped her completely. Black influencers had applied massive pressure on the beauty mogul. She fumbled the biggest collaboration of her life in 2 months. Her true colors were fully on display. Now let's look at the hypocrisy exposed during the August reunion. Alandria revealed she privately begged Huda to defend her online. Racist trolls were plastering Alandria's face onto George Floyd's body. Huda completely ignored the request and posted absolutely nothing. Her excuse was that she was dealing with too much personal stress. It proves solidarity between these influencers is entirely performative. It is about the aesthetic of a movement, not the actual work. Minority creators are constantly weaponizing pretty privilege for clout, but looks can only sustain a career for so long. History repeats itself relentlessly. Huda is following the exact trajectory of Taylor Frankie Paul. Toxic behavior gets normalized until the legal system gets involved. Huda has publicly admitted to surviving extreme childhood trauma and eating disorders. Fame is allegedly the absolute worst remedy for an unhealed mind. She traded real therapy for public validation. Now she is facing potential arrest in Los Angeles. Ultimately, a temporary restraining order is not an official criminal conviction. Court documents only showcase one specific side of this unhinged reality, but the initial evidence was clearly solid enough for a judge to sign the paper. Huda chose rapid internet fame over real psychological healing, and the heavy price tag is finally arriving. Does newfound stardom actually change a person, or does it just relentlessly amplify the internal chaos that was already there? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know what you think. Bye.